Nidus Breachcast, the world's first identity management app made exclusively for identity experts and product owners, is available in the iOS App Store now. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nidus Anarchy series. I'm your host Adam, CIO and co-founder of Nidus, and today I want to talk about Equifax and how they refuse to identify themselves in any way, shape, or form when they call you and then ask for your social security number. You've probably heard me talk about this a lot. How do I protect my credit? How do I protect my real identity from being stolen? And I always tell everyone, put a freeze on your credit. Equifax, TransUnion, Experian, call them up. You can do it online on the web. Freeze your credit. Then no one can ever open anything under your name that requires a social security number. No credit cards, no loans, no leases, none of that stuff. So put a freeze on. I do. And this is my story about trying to remove that freeze temporarily with Equifax. So I recently needed to apply for a loan. So I put a temporary unfreeze or remove the freeze on all three. Now for Experian and for TransUnion, I was able to do it online, no problem. When I tried to do it on Equifax, as soon as I would log in, it would just say, there's a problem, you have to call us, no matter what I did. So I said, fine, whatever. So I called them. I called the 1-800 number, did all the little, number bingo to get through the voice call prompts, and then I got through, and it's finally like, okay, cool, it's going to be a long time, we're super busy, it's probably going to be 45 minutes, you can wait here, or we can call you back on the number that you're calling us on. And I said, okay, great, let's do that. I hit 1, validates the number, I said, great, I hung up the phone. Time goes by, I get a phone call. I don't know what, it's a 1-800 number, I don't know what it is, so I answer, I'm like, hello, this is Equifax, whatever. When the party's on the line, hit 1. I hit 1. Boop. Okay. Now a guy that sounds with a thick Spanish accent, sounds like he's definitely from Mexico or somewhere south of Central South America, is asking me for my name and my social security number to validate I am who I am before we continue this conversation. And I asked him, I was like, okay, so how do I know you're Equifax? Like, you just called me out of the blue, and then the first thing you're asking is for my full name and my social security number. I don't know you're Equifax other than you're just telling me that. He's like, no, but I am Equifax. I'm like, I understand that you're telling me this, but how do I know you are? He's like, because I'm telling you. I'm like, this is what a scammer would say. Like, I need some type of validation to know that you're Equifax. And it's like, no, we don't have anything. There's nothing that we do to do that. What? You're just going to call me out of the blue and ask me for my SSN and I'm just supposed to give it to you? Yes. Like, that's crazy, because as soon as we do this, what's the next step you're going to do to validate me then? He's like, well, then I'm going to send you a text message and you have to read me the code, so therefore I know that you're at the right number, or I could send it via email. I'm like, okay, could we just skip to that part? Then I know you are Equifax. I can validate that, and then I can give you my social security number. No, we can't do that. Like, this is insane. So what you're saying is the only way for me to validate that you are Equifax is to hang up, call back to the Equifax number, and wait online for 45 minutes until I get someone on the phone? Yes. Holy crap. That was literally the response. So I then asked for a supervisor, because I know he's not going to change his, he's got his rules, and he's not going to change it for me. Fine, whatever. So I was like, can I please speak with a supervisor? So I got in touch with the supervisor, and then he told me that the phone call was being recorded. I noted to him that I was also going to record the conversation. And then we proceeded to talk about this situation. And what he's telling me is, no, there is nothing that they have to do to validate that they are Equifax. According to some government document, they don't have to do it. Okay, so just to recap then, when I get a call from Equifax, you guys don't have anything in place to be able to validate or verify that you are Equifax when you ask for my social security number.
That is correct, sir. So when we have the right to do that, like I said, you can go to the Fair Credit Reporting Act on the Section 6 of 5B. You can just see all our guidelines about the verification, sir.
I get it. I understand you're not mandated to do it, but what I'm saying is you should, because this sounds like a scam phone call 100%. And I'm just supposed to believe it, and everyone else probably is, which just opens them up to more scams, because they're like, oh, I received a call just like this before. It's probably them. Then they give away their SSN and boop. And they're doing it when they're unfreezing their account. Like, that's crazy. How do I know they don't have an insider? That's just, hey, we're just gonna unfreeze this guy's account, and then they call me up and pretend to be them. I don't know. That's why I want verification that they are Equifax. So the manager told me there's nothing they're going to do about it. If I don't like it, I'm going to have to call back to the number, wait in line, and then talk to someone on there. And that's what I wound up doing. But that's crazy. And I just want to put this on blast, that the fact that Equifax, the ones that are supposed to be protecting you from all this stuff, are so violently, abhorrently breaking every rule when it comes to getting personal identifiable information from somebody, that to me, this is ridiculous and everyone needs to know about it. And if Equifax were to call you out of the blue, you would give them your social security number even though they don't validate that they are Equifax? You're fine with that?
I'm fine with that, sir. So not everybody is fine with that, but if it's not, so also you can just take your own like a step. So maybe you can just say, okay, no, thank you for calling me back, but I will just call you back.
Gotcha.
So you can just hang up, and then you know. So, but that is a function that we have. We can contact the consumers in order for us to have them. But if you don't want, so like I said, you have the options to say, okay, no, I'm not going to provide any information. I'm going to make sure that I'm calling to Equifax, and you can just find the phone number that you have, and you can call us directly and provide your information.
So what I'm hoping is that everyone else sees this and they also complain to them, so that they do develop a procedure, so that the next time someone does say, hey, how do I know you're Equifax before I give you my SSN? They say, hey, actually, you know what? You can do this. We're going to send you an email from Equifax.com. Or, hey, we're going to do something else. I don't care what. Pick something. There's a ton of different ways for them to do this, and they're just vehemently saying no, that they're not going to do it because they don't have to. I think that's horseshit, and I want everyone else to know, because I think if enough people complain, then they'll do something about it. Normally I would just say, you know what? I'm not doing business with this company because these guys are not taking my identity and my personal information seriously enough to protect it, that they think this is okay. I'm never going to do business with them. But we're forced to. We do not have a choice. We have to work with this company. So therefore, I think we all need to rise up and tell everyone this is unacceptable. They need to fix their process, and they need to do it now. So spread the word. Equifax is not doing things right. They're putting people at risk, and I think it's wrong. What do you guys think? Later. Nidus has just created the first iOS app made exclusively for identity management professionals. It's called Nidus Breachcast, and you can download it now. It's amazing. We have real-time updates of all the latest breaches that are occurring, CVEs as they come out real-time, really pertaining just to identity management. We have media that's going on this podcast. We're going to be bringing in a lot more others as well. And we even have a complete vendor list of all the identity management vendors and all their products, so you can find out exactly where to download their software, all the documentation. And what's even more awesome is an identity management glossary. All those crazy words and acronyms that we can never remember, they're all listed in there for you. No ads, just pure information to make your life simple.